Hey guys, what's up? Apparently, the Avengers 4 trailer is dropping tomorrow, and so this is probably not a great time to do a vlog. I should probably do one tomorrow, but we're doing it today regardless, and I just want to talk to you guys about a lot of stuff, so bear with me, stick around if you'd like. Got a lot of updates for new figures, new reviews, the future, 2019, how I'm hoping things will go, and yeah, hopefully you'll still be here by the time the video ends. So, Arthur Morgan, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a game that is a masterpiece that I've been playing way too much of since it came out. But one thing that I've also been doing a lot of is actually making him in Lego. I'm posting the very first teaser / preview today, and this is the figure so far. You can't really see it too well here, but you'll see it in the preview photos if you follow me over on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all those places. And it is turning out really awesome, but he's also a little complex, and I still have a lot to do. Actually, I have to finish his legs and do his entire pistol holster, along with the strap that actually holds the pistol in place. I don't have a free hand to make that focus. There we go. But yeah, that's Arthur so far, and he's going to look really awesome. I know there may not be a whole lot of Red Dead 2 fans out there in my audience, in the LEGO community, but Red Dead Redemption 2 is a phenomenal game, especially if you know the story of the first. I mean, it has exceeded all expectations, and I can't describe it. You just have to experience it for yourself, and it means a lot to me, though. And so that's why I decided to include him in the roster of minifigures that I'm working on, even on top of the Clone Wars 10-year showcases, even on top of the MCU 10-year showcases. And the other game that means a lot to me is Spider-Man PS4, which is why I also threw in the Advanced Suit, which I'm hoping to do next. But apparently, and I've started to keep logs on how long I work on minifigures, I have been working on him for 45.5 hours cumulatively since November 17th. So if that puts into perspective why I don't sell minifigures, I don't know what else will. And by the way, again, he's not even done. So yeah, it takes a long time to work on certain minifigures. And now that I started to log how long, it makes me wonder, how long did it take me to make the really detailed figures like Okoye from Black Panther, the Suicide Squad figures in 2016, or maybe even Killmonger also from Black Panther, you know, Thanos from Infinity War, all these figures that I know I spent a lot of time on. And then I started thinking, like, maybe, like, how long did I spend on Gladiator Hulk last year for Thor Ragnarok? That was easily the most time-consuming figure I've ever done. And scary thoughts for sure. But yeah, so now I am gearing up for 2 new videos. One is going to be on this set, which I managed to get at Walmart. I saw it at Target, and then I turned it down thinking it wasn't as new as it is. Turns out I think it just came out on December 1st, but obviously if you're able to bypass street dates and get around that, you got it way earlier than that. I didn't. Found it, though, at Walmart afterwards because it actually got bought out when I passed it up. So I went back the next day to that Target, and they were gone. And then I had to go to a couple of Walmarts before I found this one hiding on a shelf. So I'm really looking forward to reviewing this. But the big problem is, you guys, if you remember my Infinity War reviews or any reviews that I've done, if you're, an active, supporter of the channel, you would know that I usually use a blue background here for reviews, and it's not there, and it hasn't been here since we moved here into this house in April of this year. So the big problem there is, as you might notice, it's a bit of a mess everywhere. I spilled some tea right there last night, and so I don't have, it's going to be a little bit of a job to get my blue background up, and then you also have these rivets, if you can see those rivets on the walls. So I might have to put up a wooden plank so the background is like, doesn't have a giant like indentation of that, rivet. So it's a little bit complicated. Don't know if I can get the background hung up too soon, which is why I have these leftover pieces of red cardstock from when I took the Stan Lee tribute photo. And I'm thinking about using that for the background of the review. Let me know what you think. I'm just worried because I know that red won't necessarily contrast too well with Spider-Man, and I also know that if I use a black piece of poster board like this one, it may not contrast too well with Venom. So it's a little bit of an issue, might delay the review, hopefully not by too long, but another video that I'm working on is, of course, the next Clone Wars 10-year anniversary showcase. And, by the way, these showcases are going to bleed into 2019, which is fine, because I'm only making half the Avengers for Avengers 4, because, of course, half of them got erased in Infinity War. Point is, the next showcase for the Clone Wars is finally coming out pretty soon here, hopefully in the next week. Maybe a little longer. I don't think so. It should be up in the next week. But I just got in a care package from my buddy Andrew Vu over at AV Figures, and I actually had him make the clones. And I'll explain why in the showcase. There are a number of reasons, and it'll all make perfect sense to you in the actual video. But I did get those clones in from him, and they look phenomenal. If you guys follow me over on Instagram, you might have seen the live stream where I opened these and unboxed them, and they look really great alongside Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka, as you kind of just saw there. And it should be awesome. I still have to paint the custom clone heads and do a couple other things, a couple like final touch-ups. On my end, I have to make Five's ARC Trooper backpack, and then we'll be ready to go for the clones portion of the 10-year anniversary Clone Wars showcases. And it should be awesome. Should be great. Again, it'll be featuring, if you didn't just see there, Captain Rex, Fives, Bly, and Cody. Again, all done by AV Figures, fully water-slided, decaled minifigures, and they're phenomenal. If you haven't seen Andrew's work, check out avfigures.com. He is one of the best customizers this community has ever known. His work is unparalleled, and I really can't describe it. You just have to check it out for yourself. AV Figures over on Instagram, or of course, again, his website, avfigures.com. He also did the wings for the Iron Man Mark 50, and he also did a ton of work on Black Widow, and even Thor's Stormbreaker. He's incredible at sculpting. He made K2SO, and I painted it in 2016 from Rogue One. But yeah, so anyway, what else is going on besides these two new videos? The future. Aside from the Clone Wars 10-year anniversary showcases and the MCU 10-year anniversary showcases, which I just said will be bleeding over into 2019, I'm hoping I'll still be able to keep the Avengers 4 showcase on track, but with a couple college classes mounting and also having to leave for Celebration in April, I'm hoping I'll be able to fast-track the Avengers 4 minifigures and finish up early so that it won't be too much of a problem come the beginning of spring or summer 2019. So we'll see how it goes. The trailer is apparently tomorrow, so I don't know if we'll be alive by the end of this week, because apparently we'll also be getting footage for Spider-Man Far From Home. So I cannot believe, I mean, if this is true and we are going to get both of those trailers, we already have the new trailer for Captain Marvel, which looks really great. Not overly fantastic, but definitely pretty awesome. Like I said, we'll all be dead. But yeah, so again, on top of all that, Arthur Morgan, Clone Wars showcases, MCU showcases. And by the way, if you want to see the full roster of Clone Wars and MCU showcases and like minifigures that I'm still planning on doing, those rosters are actually available over on my Instagram and all my other pages. If you scroll down a little bit, I actually had a whole announcement when I first came out with the news. So what else? Oh yeah, Spider-Man PS4 suit still going to happen. Probably might even be the next figure. So yeah, the Captain Marvel trailer. This is pretty much the part where I stop showing you minifigures and just kind of talk for the rest of the video. So if you want to tune out, be my guest. I really appreciate you being here. But the Captain Marvel trailer came out today, the second trailer, and it looks really cool. And speaking of Captain Marvel, by the way, we got some leaked pictures of the actual Lego set, and the Lego set looks really good. It looks okay. Looks like the set's gonna be based off what I think is the prototype Quinjet that's in the movie, apparently, maybe, possibly. But I'm not going to show the pictures here because I don't know if it's still okay or not. I still have to make a video on it. I think I still will do a quick video on the Captain Marvel set, even though I'm super late to the party as always. They gave Captain Marvel Black Widow's hairpiece and Emilia Clarke's face as Kira from Solo: A Star Wars Story, completely butchering her hairstyle and likeness. And it's definitely disappointing because you got a nice printed torso at least, and that's all the figure has to offer. Marvel's massive new breakout hero just gets a new printed torso and a rehashed head and hairpiece, which doesn't even work. So it's a shame. It doesn't look like 2019 is necessarily going to fix things for Lego Marvel superheroes or, the MCU sets, but at least Nick Fury looks okay. Even he has the rehashed cyborg face. The Skrull minifigure looks okay. Could use a little bit more printing on the top headpiece. The vehicle looks okay. Basically everything Captain Marvel related just looks okay. The Lego set and the second trailer, because even though this may surprise you, may be an unpopular opinion, I'm still not fully buying into Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, and I really don't want to, be too negative about it because, of course, we have to see the movie. We're not going to know anything about her performance until we actually see the movie. But these little bits we've been getting out of the trailers and these little bits of dialogue, they've come across to me anyway as being really wooden, really flat, and really devoid of emotion. And so I'm still excited for the whole movie visually. Visually, it looks stunning. I mean, some of those shots look phenomenal. Sam Jackson playing a younger Nick Fury before everything hits the fan for him, and he loses the eye and all that stuff in the 90s. Really looking forward to that. Looking forward to Skrulls. Ben Mendelsohn as the lead Skrull, I believe. Sorry, that might have been a spoiler, but I think that's kind of assumed. Is that a spoiler? I mean, Ben Mendelsohn usually plays a villain, so I'm also kind of assuming myself. The Kree, Ronan, Korath, the Kree Skrull War, all of it. There's some really fun CGI in there. Also, why is his name escaping me? The other actor from Sherlock. I literally just typed his name out in a tweet last night. I forgot it. It's not coming to my mind. But yeah, Captain Marvel looks okay. Hopefully it'll really be, hopefully it'll be better than these trailers are making it seem. But that's just my opinion. So anyway, other things. Daredevil got canceled. Daredevil Season 4 is a no-go, and the collapse of the Marvel Netflix shows has begun, which is a shame, because when they canceled Iron Fist and they canceled Luke Cage, I understood. Iron Fist wasn't working too well, even though Season 2 was definitely a huge step up. It wasn't working. Nobody was watching. That's fine. Luke Cage Season 2 ended in a really weird place. Wasn't really interested to see where the story went from there. That's fine. But I thought that if we hung on to Daredevil and the Defenders at the very least, just the Defenders so the characters could meet up every few years, we would still be in good shape. Daredevil's really the best show out of all of them, easily. It's like, it's basically, you can't even, it's almost, it can't even be debated. But the problem is, of course, now Netflix comes out and announces the cancellation of Daredevil. This is my Daredevil from the Defenders that I made last year, and it was crushing news because I love Daredevil, and I have ever since these Defenders Netflix Marvel shows were announced and began, starting with the first Comic-Con footage description in 2014. And following and adoring the series Season 1, with the origins of Matt and Wilson Fisk, and the beginning of the series Season 2 with the Punisher and the Hand, Season 3, of course, with the return of Wilson Fisk and Bullseye, all telling an incredible narrative through and through the entire series, all of the cast, Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio, Deborah Ann Woll, and everybody else involved in the entire series, John Bernthal, all bringing incredible performances with this incredible story that they were telling across the 3 seasons. And it was such a quality series. It's not just like your average, show that gets canceled where you can watch it and clearly see a lack of passion, a lack of creativity. That's not there because the series was just phenomenal. The showrunners, the writers, everybody involved, the cast, the crew, it was just so well put together. It was such a quality series. I can't describe it. You have to watch it for yourself. But at the same time, I am happy with where it ended. I'm not going to spoil the ending of Season 3, but I am okay with where it ended. I really am. I think that the end of Season 3 really does work for the final conclusion, because that's one thing that I think is also the silver lining to all of this. If you really, take stock of all of Daredevil's stories, basically everything was tied up. All these story arcs reached their conclusion. Everything, really. I would say maybe we could have used a bit more Elektra, but her story was probably the only one that didn't get concluded, really. Everything else really pretty much wrapped up. There's also one character in Season 3 that was kind of a cliffhanger, which I won't spoil. But for the most part, 70-80% of the show's stories that it was telling were concluded. So it's not the end of the world. But it is a shame because the series, of course, could have gone on to be so amazing. Season 4, Season 5, and maybe even Season 6 in another reality where we got really lucky. But of course, Disney Plus is probably the reason for all of this. Market shares, viewership, of course. Netflix doesn't want to fund shows if the ratings are declining significantly. I think the ratings have just declined, really badly across all the Marvel Netflix shows. But Disney Plus, of course, really wants to take control of Marvel TV now. Of course, we have the Loki series coming out. Scarlet Witch has been added. The Vision just announced to also be joining in with her. We've got, the Cassian Andor series, The Mandalorian, The Clone Wars, in its final season debuting on there. Disney is coming out the gate swinging against Netflix, in terms of just being the dominant, streaming service. And so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But the point is, they don't really seem to be allowing mature shows. And that's the reason I think that the Marvel Netflix shows, after Jessica Jones Season 2, after The Punisher Season 2, this is all over. Because there's not going to be any place for mature shows over on Disney Plus when they first launch next year, from the looks of it. And they want to be taking control of Marvel TV right now. I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and, things like The Runaways and, Cloak and Dagger will be the only exceptions. But those shows, of course, are not nearly as violent or as brutal as the Marvel Netflix shows are. So it is a shame to see all this collapse. I really wanted to see all of these characters get at least 3 seasons out of their respective shows, but that would have taken too long, and these shows weren't doing as well as they needed to be doing. So it is a shame, but I have been happy to have, been here to watch every new season of every one of these shows as they've come out since April 2015. It has been incredible, and hopefully The Punisher and Jessica Jones Season 3, I'm sorry, I said Season 2 earlier, and Punisher Season 2 will wind up being great and, serve as a decent finale to all of this on Marvel's, for Marvel's Netflix shows. So anyway, guys, I think that is it. Again, this is going to be the final vlog before the Avengers 4 trailer. I don't want to, post another vlog immediately tomorrow, and I'm not really big on recording reactions, so I might post that over on MGF Extra. We will see, but I appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully you're looking forward to the new Spider-Man review, the next Clone Wars showcase featuring the Clone Troopers, Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2, the Spider-Man Advanced Suit, more MCU 10 years minifigures bleeding over into 2019 as we look forward to Avengers 4. So it should be great. Wanted to kind of drop back in and personally myself fill you guys in on where we are right now with the channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks again. All right. Bye-bye.